Hi family, hi friends. Been over 3 years from what I looked at on my webpage. My family knows why it's been this many years. The rest of you, just life stuff. I'm sure you all deal with it as well. Anyway, so we are at the 16th birthday of my layout. Now that's not all of the layout. I've got 16 years on all the layout, but the original layout is 16 years old. And that piece of wood, which would have been 3 by 7, 3 by 8, is in the middle of the layout. I can show it to you when I turn the camera around. And then I've added on to it, and this is the second house this layout has been in. Not all of it, like I said, it's been put together in this house. But yeah, kind of crazy to think back of all the time and energy put on something, and it's still around. So anyway. So I'm gonna try to give an update, but there's a lot that has changed. Not everything, but some things have changed, some things have moved. I've completed some areas and tore other areas apart and put it back together again, or just tore it apart and left it because I haven't fixed it yet. But I think that's the model railroading master plan, is that it's never finished and you just keep working on it and changing and growing. And some of my skills when I first started weren't as good as they are now, and so I redid areas that were older that I didn't like as much. Anyway, just it's for fun, right? My therapy anyway. And and my quality of videos are very low. I don't have editing on it. I don't do fancy intros and extras and whatever they're called. It's just me recording, and I'll do it and post it, and it's for me to document my layout, but it's also for my grandkids to see the layout. They live farther away from us. And then, of course, friends and family that want to look at it as well, and that's fine. So anyway, here we go. We got 2 trains running. My layout has got 2 mains on it and lots of switching areas. So I'm not going to do any switching today. I'll just do the run on the 2 mains. So let me get my camera here. Sorry, I'm going too fast. So the first train is on main 2, and it is the BC rail. He's hauling some, what is it called? I forgot now. Really big rocks. Riff-raff, that's what it's called. And he's got a caboose on there because he's got a crew working in the back end of the train, so need a place to have a bathroom break or a lunch break or whatever. And so that's on line 2, and I'll kind of go around the lines and kind of give you the definitions of where the lines stop and start. And but as you see the trains, you'll know which one's on which line. So then on main 1, turn around here, not get anybody sick with my motions. So we got a couple UP, let me get this to focus, SD90s. I love the SD90s. I wish they would have been what they were originally slated to be, with the big powerhouse motors and all that, but it is what it is. UP got a few, there's a couple other companies that got a few, and then got a Montana rail link on the end of this guy hanging on. It's a newer, I'm into the Katos. I like the Katos, so this is a newer addition from the Katos. The BCs are Rapidos, and they are a dash 840 CM, I think is what they're called. Anyway, they're kind of a cool looking little body style on them, and they're pulling a double stack, and we got the military train hanging out in the siding for the day. So anyway, let me get these started, and then I'll kind of go through the different areas of the layout and talk about it as we go through here. So we'll get the SDs going. So my layout is DC, but I also have DCC, and I got too many locomotives to change over to DCC for everything, so I've just got a toggle switch, a double pull, double throw that will get me from one to the other. And it's been working well over the years. I'm happy with it. There's still some old locomotives that I don't want to change into DCC, so anyway, so let's get BC going back here in the background. Well, we've got some jerky starting. There we go. Oh, you've got the load pushing down on you from the hill, that's why. Okay, so we got them both running, and we'll just let them go, and we'll see them as we go around the layout here. So let me get kind of an aerial view. So from the lake area there, through the main board here. That's the 7 foot, and the 3 foot is the width here. And then just by the swimming pool here is where the board used to end. You can kind of see the roundness in the grass underneath the trampoline. So that was the end of the layout. And then, still here, then the other section that I made with that section was this section. And so I've had it finished and I've tore it apart and had it finished and tore it apart. Anyway, so this was an L, and you can kind of still see the L in this. And it used to end right here where this wood comes into the corner here and across the, right here by the bridge area. And that's where this layout used to end. So when we moved into this house, we needed to make up layout room. So this layout, which is just one big long stretch, ended up connecting the single 3x7 and the L table together. So this was a huge addition for me when I put it together, because it doubled my layout, so that was kind of cool. So something new, I looked through some of my old videos so I can kind of see what I had and didn't have. So we have a rail depot now, or I mean a passenger depot, and so we got the awnings, and then this is a Walters cornerstone. Anyway, I can't remember the exact thing. And then my excursion train on the back there, sitting on the siding. So line 1 and 2 can go by there. So anyway, so that's the basic. This is the train room, so it's like 14 by 13. And the other part was, so for a long time I kept telling my wife how cool it would be if I drove a train through the wall, and she didn't really like the idea at all. But it took her a while, but she came around to it. So then when we put the hole through the wall, then the lake was here, but it was in a different configuration, and we changed it. And so now Mainline 2, he's almost here. He'll come up on the backside here and go through on the corner. And then as we come to the front of the layout, this is where Mainline 1 comes and goes. Mainline 2 also comes and goes up there. And and I've got a coal station here. I think was here before. I think most of this was done. I think this blue house up here on the hill is probably one of my newer sections. I'm still working on the rock color. I got grass planted the other day. Here's line 1 coming back into the main train room. The double stack coming back in. And he'll just follow the outside of the table basically all the way around. That's really where this layout for him goes. He just stays on the outside. The line 2 goes up here on the grade behind the behind the granary, and runs up and out of the room. I've left little pop-up holes in the layout for my grandkids, but also for access to things. So we're gonna have a train meet back here on the back corner of the layout area. So the BC's leaving, getting ready to go out. Anyway, the double stack, it just, like I said, follows around the exterior of the layout. And I'll go over to that corner over there with the camera. So catch the double stack coming out of the tunnel over here. So he runs. I don't know how well this will show up. Yeah, he runs underneath my cement company, cement plant, and then he just runs again on the edge here. And you can see I've got some ballast done. I tore out corners before because they don't work right. Reballast, and we got to reballast. So anyway, so we're going to follow the BC train. It's just ready to leave. There she goes out of the mountain or out of the room. So we're going to follow BC. So now this is where this is a hallway basically from family room to the mechanical room. So we got to jump under this bridge. So that's where BC came in. And then, I'm sorry, I'm trying not to go too fast. And this is just all one big bridge. I can take this all out. I've got plug wires to bring in power and take power out. And I've got safety switches, so when the bridges are out, that the power doesn't come up to the rails up here. So then, hold on, I'm going to duck under this bridge. Oh, okay, so BC, he's going to just head out of this hole right here in the sheetrock, and that goes into the family room area. So then this is another addition I did. This is, if you look through this wall, you'd be looking at the hallway. So here's old school switches and power switches. That's how we used to do it back in the day. Drill a hole and put a wire in it and run the switch to it. So this is off of Mainline 1. So it's just a staging yard, but it's been a great addition to my layout because I can put 2 trains back here with no problem and let them, just hang out, all put together. And then when I want to change them up and run different trains, it's really easy. So this hole here is Mainline 1, and it goes back out into the living room. So I'll head back out there and I'll take a look at that again. So a double stack made it. Double stack's coming in from the hallway, and he's going back into the family room. Really fancy, huh? My wife told me I had to get tunnel portals on all of the outside ones so that it looked finished. So there's the tunnel portal there, and there's a tunnel portal here, but all the inside stuff, yeah, I didn't do it. Okay, so now we're in the hallway coming into the family room. The Mainline 1, you can see it rolling here on the bottom. It's where it comes and goes. No, it comes and goes on the other side. Sorry, excuse me. This is where it comes into the room. And then BC Mainline 2, it comes and goes from this point here. So I think all of this, there's no updates in this area. This is kind of where people, this is their first impression of the layout when they come down. It's one of my favorite parts of the layout. I built the other layout and I put as much in as I could, much track, much switches, as much industry, as much, you know how it goes. But then as I got into the family room, I realized I wanted bigger, more open spaces, and it's been really enjoyable. I like it a lot. So I guess I should go this way, sorry. So just more of the little town here. And then here we got, this is Mainline 2 leaving. BC's going out of up the hill here. He's having a tough time. We got him maxed out, I think, on weight. So all of this was here, I believe. This is my farmer's area. Got cows and horses, and we got crops that are growing here. So the green stuff is corn. It's the BLMI, BL something. Corn, kind of expensive, but it is what it is. That's what this hobby is. And then this is my hay field, and some tractors and equipment working the hay today. This is my potato field. We have potatoes here in Idaho, so it makes sense to us. This is actually a piece of corduroy jean material, and I spray painted it brown, and then I took glue and some flocking and glued the little top of it and then flocked it. And so this, I like to tell people, this little area right here took me 88 hours to do. It's the only area I've ever clocked myself to find out how long it would take. But anyway, so if you start figuring out your hours, I wish I would have wrote a lot of things down, but I didn't. But when you start looking at how many hours you have invested, it's pretty crazy. And I think this has been here for as long as I think this is old stuff. But this is the end of the layout. So my sweetheart wife, she said I could have to the window. So there's the window in our family room. This is all my messy room here, my workbench. And then this room is roughly 10 feet wide by 8 feet deep. So coming towards me, it would be the depth, and the width would be the right to left on the video. So anyway, come back in here to the other room real quick. Again, try not to go too fast. We'll see how this all looks in editing, and then I'll make a decision on a one shot or if I'll have to do. Oh, this is kind of cool. I'll show you this real quick. Tons of little people. I love doing little sceneries of things. This is a family playing in the snow with us. There's a snowman, and they're having a snowball fight. My grandkids like to buy me little scenes like this, so I try to put them on the layout where people can see them. This has been one of my favorite ones because we had snow on top of the mountain. But there's some, we got some bears hanging out. One guy scratching his back there. There's some deer down here. They're hanging out. There's a buck and a fawn and a couple of does. Anyway, but this is kind of the older part. And then this is the lake, but there's a little camping area up there. All that's old, I think. So from the family room, across the hallway, back into the main train room. Try not to get everybody sick. I'll stop talking. We'll watch this SD run by. But thank you. Love you all. Have a wonderful day. Merry Christmas. It's right around the corner. So reach out to your fellow man. Tell them you love them. And ask for ways you can help them and serve them, because that's really what this is about. Anyway, thanks for all you do. Love you lots.